guys, so the EISENDRACHE trailer just launched. It is absolutely amazing. It is lit, fam. It is so good, and we're gonna be going through and breaking down every single thing in this trailer, and I hope you guys are ready for this because it's going to be absolutely amazing. But before we get started, I do have a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, which is InVideo, and I'm gonna go ahead and run this promo right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump in and talk all about EISENDRACHE and everything we can see in this trailer. Hey guys, before we get started, I wanted to show you guys all the different weekly prizes that are going on RiseToTheAdventure.com. We have the weekly prizes of GeForce GTX 970 graphics cards in the official PC release of Rise of the Tomb Raider Collector's Edition, or one of 4 amazing trips, grand prizes that take you to Portugal, Alaska, the Archons and the Canyonlands, or the Iceland. All you have to do is head over to the first link in the description and play the game. Basically, how you play is you take a look at all these pictures. These pictures are going to give you different clues, how you get around the map and everything. And then using these clues, you're going to drag this to the correct location, wherever you think that might be. And then you're going to go ahead and submit your answer. You'll get your answer, and I will kind of show you what the correct one was. All you have to do is play, enter in your things, and just submit it on social media, and you will be entered in to win a huge grand prize and one of the weekly prizes. So go ahead, head down, first link in the description. I'll see you guys in the video. All right, so to start it off, we have this reveal of this dragon-looking image that is on the map, and we slowly zoom in, and we get a look at our kind of main courtyard area of the castle. Now, right off the bat, we see that there are a couple different traps. We're actually going to see one of those in action a little bit later on, and here we have the gondola, which is actually moving, and something is going on inside of this. Again, it's just a little electricity. We're not exactly sure what that is, and I'm just going to be kind of pointing out some special things and then pausing and rewinding and going back over the really important stuff. So as you can see here, this is another layout of the courtyard. We seem to have some sort of circular clock-looking image in the top right corner of that screen, but again, there's no real information here, just more shots of the courtyard and kind of all the wires and electricity that are running around with the spotlights, etc. Later on in the trailer, the first part of this is kind of slower. There's not too much information, but a little bit later on, we're gonna get some really cool stuff. So here we get a shot of the laboratory. This is actually a German war machine facility. So basically, what this is doing is they're building these rockets. The rockets are kind of pictured in and out of these scenes, and kind of put together as like a main theme for what this laboratory is supposed to do. It's kind of there to enhance Germans' technology, their ruthlessness and everything like that, but building these rockets. As you saw right there, there's actually a teleporter here. So as you can tell, there is definitely 115 inducing this area and causing it to just kind of become corrupted and whatnot. And if you actually take a look on this shot right here, I'm gonna rewind it and play it back. There's actually a dragon on the wall behind there. There's not too much that I want to talk about this just now, but you guys will see in just a second what actually goes on with this dragon. All right, so moving on, the next thing we see is our characters running up the stairs. They are all carrying Shivas, and I'm not gonna be talking too much about the weapons that we see the characters holding. However, Gobble Gums are returning. We already knew this. There would be no reason for them to introduce new Gobble Gums if there were Gobble Gum machines on the map, so those are confirmed for EISENDRACHE. And as you can see, they're just fighting the horde, pushing down these staircases. And here it is, my friends. The PANZER SOLDAT is back. It has returned, and I don't know if it's going to be changed. It does look a little bit different aesthetically, but again, we're not completely sure what its powers and abilities are going to be this time around. But next up, we do have this shock trap, this arc trap, which seems to kind of stem out and shock all the zombies in a wonder weapon type fashion, kind of the Wonderwaf DG2 or DG3. It kind of looks like it's shocking them with the electricity coming out of their eyes and whatnot. It looks very cool, and that is going to be one of our mini traps that we actually see throughout this trailer. So moving on, here is kind of where he does the character's exodus and just kind of shows some shots of them running. We've got the SVG, we've got the XM53, so all the boxer weapons seem to be returning. The one weapon that I'm pretty sure will not be returning, however, is the bootlegger, just simply because it is not, it's kind of a Shadows of Evil exclusive. It's not in the weapon kits, it's kind of just on Shadows of Evil, it's on the bus, and that seems to be the only place where they will actually have it. But here we go, we're kind of introducing our characters again. You guys obviously know their names by now. We get their kind of titles as well, the Dr. Wigtoff and Captain Takio, and then we get Corporal Tank Dempsey right here. So very cool that we have these reveals in this way. It doesn't, I mean, it's not any new information, but I just thought it was some cool shots and a cool way to kind of introduce the characters again for anyone who's trying this out for the first time. But here we go. This is about to be the craziest part of the trailer. This is where we get all of the new information about the weapons, the guns, and everything like that, and just what we're gonna see on this map, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. Here's another kind of panning out shot of the doors opening, showing a rocket, and then the rocket actually launching. Very, very interesting that the rockets are actually launching during this. Kind of brings back Ascension feels and everything like that. We'll see how that goes. Here, my friends, is the Death Machine. We have the Death Machine returning. We have these kind of super bouncy portals and that are just gonna launch you up. It looks like this is actually a lot more huge of a playable area than we originally thought. At least for me, I didn't think it was gonna be all this massive where you can just use these huge bouncy pads to go around the map. Obviously, monkeys are going to be returning, so that seems to be like one of the equipment things. And here, my friends, I'm gonna actually pause it here. If you take a look at the symbol on the side of the bow, that is an Apothecan symbol. And if you remember what the Apothecan symbols are, there are basically two different factions. There are the Apothicans and there are the Keepers. Obviously in Shadows of Evil, we found out the Keepers are the good guys. They look a little creepy, but they're actually the good guys. They're the ones that help you kill the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man is an Apothecan type being. Now, what these tentacle monsters are, how many of them we're gonna see in the map is kind of remain to be seen. But the fact of the matter is, this is an Apothecan weapon. And if you remember the sword from Shadows of Evil, that was an Apothecan weapon, and we transformed it into a Keeper weapon. Whenever we did the rituals, we gave all the Keepers their swords back, and we used those to defeat the Shadow Man. The Keepers are the good guys, the Apothecans are the bad guys, or at least for our sake. So it's gonna be very, very interesting on how this actually plays in to this map, and I'm gonna be explaining that a lot more. It may not make very much sense for me just saying like Apothecan, Keeper, blah, 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 but that's gonna make a lot more sense a little bit later on. So let's go ahead and continue on with the trailer. So next up, we have a shot confirming that the Wonder Fizz is back. It gives you the random perk bottle. We have some sort of trap or piece of equipment or something that is on the ground launching all the zombies up right there. Again, it doesn't show us too much information at all in the slightest on what that might be. It kind of looks like another electric trap. This kind of entire map is electrically themed, and here we have another trap in itself. We have the gate trap, and here, my friends, we see that there is a new hound-looking creature, which is actually a dragon this time around, and I'm gonna explain more about that in just a second. But here we have the ruin spikes from multiplayer that actually I believe are going to be a specialty weapon, much like the Annihilator, much like the sword was. I believe these ruin spikes are going to just be an absolute decimator in a bad situation, and something that you guys definitely want to use. It is a little bit modified. It looks like they're 115 induced. It's not just the straight up ruin spikes or anything like that. It looks like these things are specifically used for killing zombies. And here we have it, one final last shot of the dragon, which feeds on zombies and apparently can spit fire as well. We have no idea what it does. All we know is that it is lit. The beacon is lit, fam, and we are headed to EISENDRACHE. If you guys have missed my entire breakdown of the giant storyline, that is going to be the most important video that you watch of mine, because it is going to explain everything that goes on in this map, everything that is meant to be, everything that we've seen so far. That is on your screen right now. It's going to be the second link down below in the description. Make sure you guys go and check that out as well. And that is going to about wrap it up for this breakdown, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. I'll be going more in depth with this very, very soon. And for today, I have a flight to catch, so I am out. I hope you guys have enjoyed this trailer. If you have, go ahead, leave a like. Let me know how hyped on a scale from 1 to 10 you are in the comment section down below. And if you made it this far in the video, just comment it's lit. That's all you have to comment right there. Boom, there it is. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate you guys all being here, and I will see you all in the next video. Adios, friends.